Greetings, gentle viewers. It's yet me again, Twatty McTwattyhead, and this is
Avatar of Decent Humour.
Aren't We Blessed? If there was something to do the blessing. This is Condorman, and it's not the worst film in Series 1.
Surprisingly not.
Why is it surprising?
Nah. Just wanted to use the word.
Fair
Surprising.
enough. It's the last appearance of my blonde hair until my pink completely ran out, just around the time we filmed Faust review.
Oh yeah.
I have to repink my hair.
Yes. Make it blue like the wig.
It's gonna be pink until the end of Series 2. And then Series 3 will have a different colour. Yes, this is the first official announcement. There will be a Series 3.
Hooray! First time hearing of it.
Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, there was a little, if anyone didn't know, there was a little bit of a question mark over whether it would happen or not. Because of various things. But I decided that I'm going to do a Series 3. I'd had one worked out just in case I decided to, so that's all well and good. I just hadn't worked out if I was going to do it or not. But yes, I will. And there will not be as big a wait between Series 2 and 3 as there was between 1 and 2.
Good, good.
Yeah, I'm going to keep continuing on. But I'm going to have to get writing Series 3 very shortly. I like to write my stuff as much in advance as I can.
Didn't you nearly run into the wall while doing your Condormanning?
Oh, probably. Oh, this is a sight you don't often see. Hagan in a dress.
Gasp.
Yep.
Was it a dress?
Yeah. You not notice?
Huh, I thought it was just the top.
No, it's full on, like, gowny type thing. Goes down to just below my knees.
Fair enough. Also, worst superhero costume ever.
Oh no, that's Faust Love of the Damned.
Well, that's semi-cool because that looks proper. This just looks like a guy in a spandex suit and glued some feathers on it.
Yeah, so Faust is still worst. Although Faust, I did declare it was the worst in the last 20 years. So 2010, that would be 1990. So this could technically be from the last 30 years. So we might not be arguing with each other.
I don't understand that logic, but I'm going to accept it.
I said Faust was the worst. I said Faust was the worst looking superhero costume in the last 20 years, and this is from more than 20 years ago. So it could work.
He's flying very slowly there.
Yeah. Physics.
Bad blue screen.
Physics, they not understand it. Michael Crawford actually did do that stunt, and he nearly got himself killed. The only reason he didn't get killed was because he had such a background in doing his own stunts in series like some others do have him. So my joke about if Steve Guttenberg had played the part, the film would be over, was true, because Steve Guttenberg would have been killed. But then again, Steve Guttenberg wouldn't have tried to do his own stunts there.
Yeah, that's true. And there we go, there's the comment in it now.
Yeah. Now,
ouch.
Yeah, Michael Crawford, he's basically got two parts to his career. His early part where he does all this sort of, stunt and comedy stuff where he injures himself. And his later parts where he appears in musicals like The Phantom of the Opera. And Condorman was seen to be made the one weekend when he wasn't doing either. It was quite odd.
Yeah, that list could just go on.
It nearly did.
Died of radiation poisoning, died of radiation poisoning, died of radiation poisoning, had a heart attack. Unable to invent supersuit that works, dies of wounds.
That could have gone on, and on. Oh, Condorman. This is what this and Children of the Living Dead are the ones where I really think the series hit its stride. The first 5, I know the first 5 and 6 episodes have their fans and people like them, but for me it was Children and Condorman that really got us going to the quality that I want to get at. And Condorman is still in my top 5 favourite episodes that we've done. It was probably the single strongest episode of Series 1.
I think that was around the point where you abandoned trying to recreate the Ricky angle.
And then we accidentally recreated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent the entire time trying to make it look like, because I'm in a fully illuminated room here. This room is fully illuminated. It's just in post I accidentally managed to cut out all the light behind me, and I kept trying to recreate it, and it just kept fucking up, and then it happened again. But yeah. Oh, turkey! Yay, kebab!
Flaming kebab.
It's flaming.
It looks like part of the background kind of changed in that time it took to fall.
Quite possibly did.
I noticed this in the original film, but I forgot to mention it to you.
Oh, I like Condorman. I want to see a Condorman comic book.
I don't think there is one.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see one.
Oh, okay.
If you can hear me scraping metal and glass, fuck you, I'm having a drink. Istanbul Express.
Yeah.
Nobody orders the double, sir. Okay, I'll have a triple. I actually like this scene. It's just so
stupid.
It's so fucking stupid. But yeah, Wood being a psycho, I never when I first watched. Okay, I only noticed this when I was taking the notes for the review, because I'd seen Condorman years ago. My mum's a fan of Michael Crawford, so we had a copy of it on VHS years ago. But I decided each series will end with a kids film, so I decided Condorman because I had sort of good feelings for it because I watched it as a kid. So okay, then I watched it again and it's like Michael Crawford's character is a fucking
douche.
dick. What the fuck? It's terrible.
Yeah, you took off the nostalgia glasses there.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing you don't notice as a kid.
Oh, this scene.
Uh,
We had so many doubts about this scene.
Oh, I didn't. Colin did. I told you.
The minions on a whole.
I told all of you it would work. It'd be brilliant.
Just look at the grin you're trying to hide. And Neil there's actually lying on the back of the sofa.
He breathed fire.
And then I'm on the windowsill.
Originally with this, I wanted to get it so every single time a new minion psychiatrist came in, we had another chair beside it, so this chocolate kept going wider and wider and wider and wider and wider. It was not physically possible in the room.
The room's too small.
I wish we could have got another level to the thing, so the pile was going outside the shot.
I don't think you can get that many, because that was your full cast at the time.
Yeah, Owen wasn't about. No.
No, what was hilarious was trying to get back down from that without squishing everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh, these guys. Apparently, these guys work for the. I'm not sure if these guys work for the Soviets or the Chinese. As I understood from watching the film, it works for the Chinese. They work for the Soviets. But I've been told that.
And the finger drop. Haha.
Yeah, I've been told they work for the Chinese, so therefore it's okay for them to be attacking the Russians and the Americans. They don't make this clear.
Yeah. That was never mentioned in the film at all, was it?
Yeah, someone told me in the comments section it was the Chinese. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, Red Dwarf. What a fantastic show.
Sometimes not. I'm looking forward to the new series though.
I'm kind of doubtful about that.
Back to Earth was an improvement over the previous series. So I'm hopeful. Ah, man. This was the last Hagan review that, except for the specials, that ended up on YouTube. Because I decided with Series 2 onwards it was going to be all of the Hagan reviews on YouTube. Mainly because, A, my fan base is on blip. I would only get about 70 views on YouTube. And plus, back in those days YouTube was 10 minutes maximum. So I would have to cut each review into several sections, and I have to extract each bit separately and upload it separately, and it was just a lot of extra work. So I figured anyone who likes me on YouTube, who likes me that much, will click on the link at the bottom of the trailer. But it's fine. The blip is definitely where I got my following. I'm not complaining.
Hooray!
Oh. Oh, hand-drawn porn.
Yeah.
Michael Crawford, you are a dick.
Laser lady.
You are a fucking dick.
He's weird.
Ah.
This spiel just keeps getting longer and longer.
Yeah, I think I did keep adding bits to this every take I took because I was thinking
did.
of more things he was doing. That's
And
actually
you done one that was actually twice as long as the one that you put in the video, and it was hilarious. Except you screwed up at the end. You tongue-tied yourself, and I was like, that would have been hilarious.
Oh wow. That monologue actually ended up being quoted word for word on TV tropes.
Awesome. This comes up now. Best reaction shot ever.
Oh, this was Neil's first idea for a joke in the entire of Hagan. Reaction.gif.
I vote you make it into a GIF.
Is that actually in the Police Academy 7 review I'm going to do? In my notes there's a bit in it where Krakow, the baddie, played by Ron Perlman, does a "so I was like, and then I lolled" thing, you know, that meme? There's a bit where his face, he's like, he does his faces just like, and then... So I'm going to add the little clips like that to make more meme references.
I'd like to point out too, how the hell did they manage to build his little toys in such a short time? For one thing, they had to make them in secret. Another thing, they had to get them to the location, and they left
them there just where anyone could pick them up.
Considering too that the car has laser technology.
This is actually based on a book, and the book, it's as I understand it, there's no comic book references at all or superhero references at all. It's just a guy who convinces the Russians that he's a secret agent, and so the Americans have to treat him like he's a secret agent. And hey, Alistair's first appearance in Hagan, therefore confirming that they are indeed in the same universe.
Hooray!
It's the filming of this episode actually took about 8 hours because we had to film the stuff with Alistair, then I had to get into the Hagan gear, do the Hagan stuff, do all the little skits, including the psychiatrist bit took ages by itself. We started filming this about 6 o'clock at night and we finished filming it about 1 or 2 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It was a fucking epic shit. Like, Faust only took 2.5 hours. Faust, which is longer than this, only took 2.5 hours to film.
I'll point out the little violin makes this scene.
It didn't work without the sad romance music. I later on discovered that music was used by Spoonie as well for similar effect. I didn't know until afterwards. Done this before.
Now, they started filming Alistair earlier in the day and I was at university, so I came home to find her sellotape to the table.
Originally,
and I had no idea what was going on. I didn't realise they were filming. It was just table, sellotape, what the fuck?
Originally, Alistair was supposed to be sellotaped to the bottom of the table, underneath it, hanging from it. But there was no realistic way we could have got it done though. Especially, what we could have done was tied me to the bottom of it and have the table upside down and then turn it upside down, turn it the right way around. Unfortunately, if there wasn't the right amount of sellotape, I would
just fallen.
Yeah, I'd get myself hurt.
Damn physics, it defies you.
Yeah, so we decided to use the top of the table. It was complicated to shoot as enough as it was. Oh yeah.
That would not work. You'd get 1, maybe 2 shots at the best. But you can actually conceal a gun in a cane like that, but you will only get 1 shot.
And there's the poison pellets you can contain as well.
Oh yeah.
Like the guy, they used an umbrella, but the guy, a secret agent in London, got killed by that.
There was going to be a minion behind Hagan to fall down, and then the body count was going to go up 1.
Yeah, the joke was come up with while I was editing, so it was like, oh fuck, so I couldn't go back and film it. It would have been awesome though.
Oh look, it's the power socket that keeps making a random appearance in the background.
It's before Colin became a Nazi about his sweet spot thing.
Yeah.
It's like he demands to film it between the power socket and the light, so that he can't see any so that you can't see either of them, so it looks like a pure white wall. Personally, I don't give a fuck. I figure Hagan's compound has light switches and power sockets.
True.
Colin's not so sure.
Shiny. What's he gonna do? Flash them to death?
I don't know, but he should be a Bond villain. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Port Marion is where they filmed The Prisoner back in 1960s, not the new crappy remake, and it looked a lot like that. And people would randomly stop and then get attacked by the giant wall, which is actually called Rover. And The Prisoner is an awesome bit of 60s sci-fi. That's a terrible depiction of the Prisoner's theme music. I apologise.
I'm just gonna let you go anyway.
It starred Patrick McGowan, the guy who played the king in Braveheart. One of the guys who he's one of the few actors that actually terrifies me when he gets angry. He was that good at that. He was also born in New York, raised in Republic of Ireland, and became a international television star in England. It was quite odd.
You see, I'll point out, driving formation like that does show slight bit of competence, but then it just gets stupid.
Now, if anyone doesn't know who P.Z. Myers is, P.Z. Myers is essentially the American version of Richard Dawkins. He's an evolutionary biologist. He works in Minnesota, and he gets lots of controversy who are basically saying religion's stupid. So I decided that it would be hilarious that if someone pretended to be him in this review, because even though it's not none of this is his area of expertise. So just to compound the idea that the minions have no idea who P.Z. Myers is, so they just know he's a scientist, so they figure he'll be able to explain this. But then, of course, he's a biologist, and they get the guy who's not even P.Z. Myers.
I mind you got Colin to cover his hair and beard with flour.
And we didn't notice it at all.
Yeah, you couldn't see it.
Now, it was a possible ongoing joke that to explain plot points in a film that don't make any sense, we would have the minions kidnap someone to explain it, and unfortunately it's never the right person, but it never really materialized as another time.
Yeah.
Although P.Z. Myers will possibly be making an appearance in the Biggles review, because Hagan's going to be killed by the strident atheists, because, she believes she's God, and the only way to kill God is to bring in the atheists. So P.Z. Myers, Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens are going to come in and gun Hagan down. I really shouldn't have mentioned that. Forget how I said that. Oh well.
Oh well, it's something for them to look forward to.
Yeah, but at least I've not explained who the villain, who's been behind all the events of Series 2 yet, so that's good. Why, yes, it is that coughing guy from Intermedio. Why don't you just fucking fire your laser now, you gimp?
Condorman doesn't kill. Bullshit.
Yes, he does. He's just killed about 5 people. It's considered terribly a character for Batman to kill, but this guy kills and no one gives a shit.
Now he wears an eye patch.
Oh, he sometimes does. I really should have connected in there with
Downfall?
Soviet psychic powers, Crystal Skull, or Yuri.
Yeah, when he's going on a rant there, all I could think of was Downfall. Hitler rant.
It looks like Lance Henriksen playing Abraham Lincoln.
You have a point, surprisingly enough.
Abraham Lincoln, Lance Henriksen was meant to play Lincoln in a film, or did, or something like that. I'm not really sure. But Lance Henriksen as Lincoln is perfect. And why did they send him?
Who else can interpret his crazy?
No, the only explanation I can think of is there's not that many characters in the film.
That too.
It's Italy. Yeah. Oh man. But the black cop being blasé, the guy in Italy being so blasé about, the guy revealing that he's actually working with Condorman just after he's released him, is quite true to how the Italians are. I was once in an airport in Rome, and we were travelling back from doing a music video shoot, and I commented how when we were just waiting to get your baggage through, and the cameraman, I just noticed he had a really big, long bag. It was long and it was thin, and I commented, "Haha, your bag looks like it's got a body in it." And he looked at me like he was fucking terrified, going, "Don't fucking say that! You're gonna get us in trouble," because, you know, people airline traveling, you know, crazy levels of, you know, stupid in the security area. And the Italian guy who was he actually overheard me, the guy who was handling the baggage, and looked at it, and then went, "Yeah, it does look like it's a body." Ah ha 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 ha. It's the Italians, seriously, on a national level, don't give a fuck, and it's endearing and insane at the same time. It's like they also admit to that the Italians work on a different time scale than everyone else. So in like you add a half hour for every 10 minutes you're supposed to wait for the Italians. That was the system that was explained to me by some Italians I know. The Texaco helicopter.
No shit, Sherlock. Also, to point out that with that sniper rifle, you could not have shot through the steel pole of their little device.
Probably not.
Also, cleavage.
There was a deleted scene in there when he said, "I may never move again." There was supposed to be an idea of using that in any way, and basically to end a conversation. There was going to be like Jehovah's Witnesses turning up, and then you just say, "I may never move again," and they leave. Then it was dropped because of a mix of lack of time and because I think we realised it was too similar to "I Was Frozen Today." So it never happened.
Where the fuck are they getting all these bloody disguises? Seriously.
I have no idea, but not racist at all.
Madness. Look at the nose.
Yeah.
Huge.
Although I have to say, you know, if there's one group that's going to be searched for explosives going into like a big, you know, government, you know, embassy type building, it would be the Arabs. So why did they dress as Arabs to bomb the place? Maybe a sense of irony?
Perhaps.
Although I do suppose most of the terrorism the Americans had to deal with back then was communist related.
Yeah.
Like, take me to Cuba!
Oh god. I thought the first one was bad.
There was originally supposed to be a photoshopped picture in here of Osama bin Laden basically flying off in that suit, but I hadn't got in contact with my now Photoshop artist Kitsunique then, so that never happened. Kitsunique, you are awesome. Some of the things I request from her are insane, and she just does it.
The face on that's just what the fuck. Now that will never fly.
Yeah. Okay, this bit I should have cut out.
Yeah. Wasn't the best.
Actually, well, this bit actually it's after this. This I should have cut out. Yeah, I should have cut that away. It was okay. It's just...
Should I explain the just aerodynamics of that just don't work.
I mean, just leave it there for anyone to grab and replicate.
Also, it looks like he shit his pants.
And you know the irony? Condors aren't yellow.
Except that golden one.
Yeah.
Except that one.
The lighting here is because basically the old camera picked up the internal lighting a lot more than the new one does. The lights, I don't know if it's all British lights, but the ones we were using, basically it cycles between yellow and very yellow light. So sometimes it'll come up really yellow like that and then it just changes and I can't fix it. It's not so much of a problem in the new camera.
And there was the birth of the phrase that you keep spouting.
Some people didn't get that joke. They just thought he was kneeling before me, so therefore I was saying Neil Pragman. It's like, no, the joke is he's called Neil, and the guy playing was called Neil as well.
There's the golden one.
Yeah, condors are fucking vultures.
True.
Vulture man.
How is that subtle?
I don't think it's supposed to be subtle, but I don't know how it works. How can you... Ball night boat and his friends attempting gay bashing.
Yeah, that was a funny line. Intruder destroyed. Got us his younger sister there. Bullshit. It'll never work. You know, in the time that he went raw, he could have turned the boat.
Probably. And my context of using the word pissed there, I think some people misunderstood me. So pissed isn't angry.
Did Tish? Did you just think of that joke when you saw that suspicious little face?
I think the original one was much longer. I had written something much longer. It didn't work, so I just thought, you ever think of having a three-way?
Looks like your shirt disappeared.
Yes, I'm naked underneath that coat. Don't you remember? Oh, see? Dress.
Oh, yes, that was. Okay.
These are playing Joey and Milo because before I filmed this and after I filmed Children of the Living Dead, I was over staying with Joey and Milo and I made a film with them. They were producer and writer on it, a documentary, which I directed. So I decided to rename these ones, who originally had really, really ornate names. I decided to rename them Joey and Milo, just to amuse myself.
Oh, yes, this was your documentary, Treading on Eggshells. Plug, plug.
Yes. And I don't think Milo has ever seen any of my reviews, but I know that Joey has seen some of them. And that video just switched itself off for some reason, so we're just going to have to talk for a little bit and then turn it off. And then stop. That was odd timing.
Yes, surprisingly. Well, we only missed a few seconds. It was just you changing Janelle into a dildo and walking off.
Oh, dildo was a vibrator.
Same thing.
Anyway.
Sex toy.
Anyway, see you later. I hope you enjoyed that.
Bye-bye.